I was watching someone recently online, and he said something that really caught my attention. He said that oranges are not consumed by the orange tree, which is true for any fruit tree. The fruit is not for the tree, it's for those who are passing by and will enjoy its ripeness and will enjoy its sweetness. I want us to think about how our lives in many ways can actually be much more effective for the people around us if we turned the attention away from ourselves and what we gain out of life to help those who are outside us. My name is Kwame Rubadiri. You are watching CITAM Church Online. About a month ago, here at CITAM, we hosted the annual Family Discipleship Conference. The theme for this year was the title, Unmasked. And we're talking about how God can bring us to a place of healing as we open our lives and become authentic and honest before Him and stop covering up the areas of our failure. But as I thought about how we are helped and how many people were healed and helped through the conference, what happens next? And I thought about what I saw online a couple of weeks ago, that the fruit of the tree is not for the tree, but for the people outside, or the people who pass by the fruit tree. In the same way, our experiences in church, the blessings, the breakthroughs that God gives to us are seldom for us, but much more for the people who are outside the church. I came across this passage in Ezekiel chapter 47. And Ezekiel is observing, he's given a vision by God, and he's observing a heavenly man, most likely an angel, giving him directions about what's happening after the construction of a temple or a place of worship. He draws Ezekiel's attention to water that is flowing out of this temple, flowing out and going, as it were, a little track. It's a trickle, in fact, as it's described at the beginning. And as Ezekiel observes, it gets wider and wider and deeper and deeper. This is what the Word of God says in verse 3 of chapter 47. As the man went eastward with a measuring line in his hand, he measured off 1,000 cubits and then led me through water that was ankle deep. Now, what's interesting is, of course, is that all that's taking place in this imagery, in this vision that Ezekiel is watching, is taking place away from the temple. It's taking place outside what we would consider the place of worship or the church. What happens in our lives and what God does for us must impact the lives of those outside the church. Now, what Ezekiel notices here is that this water that is trickling out is just a little trickle as it begins its journey outside the church. It goes and it flows a distance, and he's then able to recognize that actually it's getting a bit deeper. It's ankle deep. I want to ask you the question and challenge you today. What is your ankle deep opportunity for ministry outside the church? In other words, what are some of the things that you could do very simply, the difference you could make in someone's life without making too many demands upon yourself or your time? It might be visiting a children's home. It might be taking care of somebody's yard. It might be helping them repair a vehicle. Something that helps them know that you care about the conditions they find themselves. What are some of the simple things that God is showing you that you can do, ankle deep stuff that you can do to make a difference away from church? We've had wonderful opportunities to learn, to be blessed, to be inspired, to be healed from our church experience. We need to take that out to the people who are out there. And sometimes God is asking us to just do the bare minimum, the ankle deep stuff. What's ankle deep for you?